My dudes, my buddies, my G's, Ian Taylor here, and we are back with another video. Yes. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a treat. Yes, we are. We will be analyzing and reacting to Hi Ren. Yes. Now, I want to make something extremely clear. This is not a blind reaction. If you want to watch the blind reaction of me watching this song in this video, you can click the link in the description. It'll take you over to Black Pegasus Channel. That's where I was initially introduced to Ren. And we did a blind reaction to Hi Ren is what he showed me. Now, I did make a post in my little community section on my page, and I asked you guys if you wanted me to do a deep dive into Hi Ren, because I know that I had my blind reaction on Black Pegasus Channel, but I really like to do the analysis style reactions, right? And I know that there's a lot that we can dive into in Hi Ren. So this will be my second time viewing this song. I haven't watched it since, watched or listened to it since I was with Black Pegasus on his channel, and that was we probably filmed that a little over a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago. So it's been a while since I've watched the video and listened to the song. But yeah, so it'll be my second time reacting. I hope that's cool with you guys, but I am very, very, very excited to dive in. I made that poll in the community page on my channel, and you guys, it was kind of overwhelming, the response. It was almost all you guys wanted the deep dive. There was probably 15%, 20% that didn't want the deep dive, but I want to do a deep dive, so I'm gonna do a deep dive. But yeah, man, I'm really excited. I love this song. I remember having a great time watching it. So today's probably gonna be a little bit longer of a video, but sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and let's go ahead and let's dive in, okay? Yes. Diving in head first. All right, let me get this pulled up full screen, make sure I am screen sharing. Okay, cool. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's get it. This is the second time I've seen this. I can't make that clear enough because I know that a lot of people will do clickbaity titles of like, this is a blind reaction, and it's very obvious they've listened to the song like 30 times. But yeah, this is the second time I've vibed out with this. So let's check it out, man. Ooh, I'm already noticing stuff I didn't notice the first time. I'll wait though. I love how lost he gets in his music. I'm smiling because I know what's coming. Iconic. He made a post, and I don't remember if it was in his Discord or what it was, but he was like, we asked AI to write a description of Hi Ren, and all that the AI said was like, ooh, like just a bunch of oohs and e's and stuff. It was hilarious. I thought that was very funny.
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill.
So I already I've noticed a few things that I didn't really notice the first time I was watching through this, right? So let's go like right here. You see over in this corner there's all that rubble and stuff. That's on Darkseid Ren's side, right? It's all this debris, all this trash. It looks very rough, very gross. And it's just disorganized and it's a mess, right? And then you look on Light Ren's side and it's almost clean. It's a lot more neatly put together. You have your little table, you got your little lamp. There's not much on the floor. Like obviously the wall is still about to come down, but that's kind of the whole room. And then you look at the shadows of the lights, right? So the smaller light is ironically it's casting the deeper, darker shadow, but it's interesting that the darker shadow is on the Darkseid Ren, right? And then the lighter shadow with that little fade, that is on obviously neutral Ren, right? And that's what I know a lot of people say that it's only two people in this song, right? It's Dark Ren and Light Ren, supposedly. Well, I think that there's three. I think that there's a third character that gets introduced about almost towards the end of it, and he's the positive Ren, you know? I think the guy that talks right now is neutral Ren, and this is just my interpretation, right? So it's obviously open to interpretation, and hell, I could be way off base, but in my opinion, there's three people in this song, and so we've heard from Dark Ren, we've heard from neutral Ren, and I like that the neutral Ren, his shadow is like half bright and then it gets darker, you know what I mean? And then the other side is just plain dark. I love that. I didn't notice that the first time I watched it. And then, of course, you got the lights flickering and things like that whenever Dark Ren is talking. But then when Neutral Ren is talking, it's kind of a steady stream, right? Interesting.
Taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect, you're always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah.
See, it's kind of interesting. I feel like he ties it back to Sick Boy there a little bit. Take another pill, boy. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a nice little tie there, and I just love the dynamic between the two, because I think that a lot of people can relate to having that dark side of them, that neutral side of them, that, you know, that more positive side of them. And I love the interaction between these two, because it seems to me it's a lot like what kind of goes through my own head when I'm dealing with my dark side versus my light side versus, you know, what's in between. And so I like that he's able to convey that message already. And I love that he plays the percussion on the guitar during Dark Ren's point. You know, he's adding that extra oomph, that extra vibe to it, you know, and the guitar playing, it's more gnarly, it's more gritty, it's more angry and aggressive and kind of psychotic. And then when Neutral Ren is playing, it's more melodious, it's more calm, it's pretty, you know what I mean? I love how he's able to play in the same key and the same chords in the same song and just be so versatile in the same song and make it sound so fluid, even though he's transitioning between multiple different styles. It's very, very interesting.
White noise, follow this 10-step program, rejoice, all your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate, this time is different, man, trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place, and my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great.
He's like, nah, mate, this time it's different, man, trust me. How many times have we said that? Yo, it's different this time. It's not the same. It's this time it's different, and things are going to work out different this time. What's the definition of insanity, ladies and gentlemen? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right? And so he's kind of playing with that idea here. This time it's different. It's kind of him showing that this neutral Ren he's not all butterflies and rainbows either, you know what I mean? It just goes to show that these are the same person, you know? We have to remember that while they're two different characters in this song, it's two characters making up one whole. Interesting stuff.
Place, and my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great, and when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man, cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one, split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm leftover dinner, I'm not scrap.
You gotta kill you if you wanna kill me, you know, because he is saying that it is two halves of the same whole, you know, and even though one side is less less aesthetically pleasing, if that works. And the other side is a lot more, neutral, level-headed. He's just trying to, communicate that he's doing better, that he's making progress. And so you got these two battling each other, but he's basically saying there that you need the dark side, right? You need that dark side of you in order to appreciate the light side of you. If you didn't have that darkness, the light wouldn't exist, It's a common theme that I explore throughout my music that Ren also explores a lot in his music, that balance between dark and light, that yin and yang, that you need the darkness in order to see the light, and you need the light in order for there to be darkness, It's just such a good concept to play with, man. It really is, and it's a very true concept to play with.
Into that makes one, so you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not left over dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Where are your Grammys, Ren? Nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man,
I love that entire sequence, man. He's talking about how he's never had a top 10 hit, he doesn't have a Grammy, he hasn't been interviewed on fucking Oprah and all of that stuff, and he's not upset about it, whereas his dark side is upset. What's on his dark side? It sounds to me like his ego is over there on the dark side, and his ego is like, why the fuck don't I have a top 10 hit? Why aren't I on the radio? And yet the other side of him is like, look, man, we're not going for that. That's not what the purpose is behind this music. The reason that we make music is to heal not just ourselves but other people, and to spread these different messages and talk about these different things. I don't make radio hooks, I just love the way that he's able to capture that in that little paragraph there. It's that little stanza. It's just very, very cool.
And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective.
Totally his ego.
You neglect it, I get it. You wanna be a big deal next Jimi Hendrix? Forget it. Man, it's not like that. Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man. You're wrong. When I write, I belong. Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song.
What does he say there? Let me break the 4/4. Does he switch up the time signature there? Hold on.
Like that. Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man. You're wrong. When I
break
write,
the
I
fourth
belong.
wall.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with the subconscious. Eminem did it. Played on guitar. Plan B did it. Man, you're not original. You're criminal. Rip off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material. Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore.
Ah.
I don't need.
I know that reference now. I didn't know that reference the first time I listened to it, but now I know. Now I know that reference. I think that's from Money Game, right? Is that the Money Game one where he's like, she sells by the seashore, and then they switch things up and they're talking about taxes and how to make shells rare, and then there's that other underlying meaning of like the Shell oil company, you know what I mean? Cool. Okay. I didn't realize that was in there. That's hilarious. I love that. And I like that he's acknowledging the fact that it is hard to make original material nowadays because everybody's done just about everything. But what I do think is that he's not giving himself enough credit here. I think that Ren finds a way to make it original and make it unique to him. That's some of the beauty of his art is you can't go anywhere else and find Ren in any other artist. You know what I mean? Like there's different pieces of Ren in different artists and stuff like that. And just like there's different pieces of different artists inside of Ren. But the full picture of Ren, you can't go somewhere else and find another Ren. It's just impossible. He's got too unique of a story, too unique of a style, too unique of instrument choice, of production style, and of just the willingness to put everything on the line for a song. You know what I mean? You don't find that anywhere other than with Ren. So there's the originality right there. It's not that a song that's a battle with your subconscious is this remarkable, crazy, out there idea because, yeah, Eminem did do it and Plan B did do it, you know, but it's still the way that it's tackled and the way that it's done is very unique to Ren. And so I think he needs to give himself his flowers there, man. I really think he does.
Not done previous, a battle with the subconscious. Eminem did it. Played on guitar. Plan B did it. Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material. Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves. And I'll shake up the whole world beneath us. That's right, speak your truth, your fucking god complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to ask for you, say it instead of downplay it. Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus. Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. Well, fucking kill me then.
As an artist, man, that line is so fucking funny because it's true. I mean, it is about the creative process, and if somebody can find something to relate inside of it, then that's just a bonus. Yes, that is actually factual, but it's also so fucking cliche, right? Like, every artist says that, oh, it's about the creative process. That's not part of my process. I fucking say it. You know what I mean? I love that he pokes fun at that because I think any artist out there can relate to that statement, and I like that he's kind of making fun of it, but he's also talking to himself. So he's making fun of himself a little bit there. It's clever. It's cool.
Fucking god complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to ask for you, say it instead of downplay it. Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus. Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to down my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside.
Notice? I think that's the first time a light flickered during Neutral Ren's part. And it's when he's getting angry, when he's getting upset, when he's kind of reaching this climax of fuck you towards Dark Ren. That is interesting. And I'm noticing here the light's kind of dimmer too. Oh, it was
I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to down my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside.
That's interesting because he is kind of letting the dark side win. He's letting the dark side take over, and so that light just flickers there for a second. That is clever. I like that. I didn't notice that the first time.
Choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside. Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips, so you see, I won't bow to the will of a
that
mortal.
Fucking guitar.
Normal. You wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of ends. I am you, you are me, I am you, friend.
God! Can we just talk about that climax there, right? We're only halfway through the song, and yet he's brought it to this huge place with Dark Ren there, right? Dark Ren took over for a second. He was in charge. You notice that right before that sequence happened, the neutral Ren started giving into that dark side, and then boom, the dark side took over fully, right? And it's interesting how he does it with the guitar. He tells the whole story with the guitar. If he was saying no words, it would follow the same emotional patterns, you know what I mean, as the lyrics are following with his guitar playing. And so it's oh man, I'm noticing the connections between all of these different characters and the transitions between them. It's just so interesting that he's able to convey this message so fluidly, man, so powerfully. I fucking love it. And then notice, like, at the end of when Neutral Ren was talking last time, and I know that there's going to be people in the comments that are like, that's Light Ren. I get it. That's one interpretation, absolutely. But my interpretation is, again, there's 3 of them. Now, the third one's about to pop up. But I like how between Neutral Ren and Dark Ren there, before that big climax sequence, he goes... It's like almost like the fucking serpent's taking over. Like he just got possessed. And then the evil Ren just comes in and fucking, you know, it's, oh my goodness. This song is so much fun. It's almost more fun watching it the second time, you know, because I'm not shocked by the different things, but I can really look in and analyze what the fuck he's doing instead of just being shocked that this artist even exists like I was when I did my blind reaction, man.
Hi Ren, I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still.
So this is who I think is... I believe that this is when who I believe the third person in this song is starts. The third person is hope, right? Hope, positivity, and light. Neutral Ren, who was talking before, who a lot of people call Light Ren, and who a lot of people say is the same person as this person, is... I feel like he's more in the middle, though. You know what I mean? I feel like this is really when hope comes alive, when the whole mood changes when he's talking as this quote unquote third character, right? And I love that. I love that. But bear with me, pay attention, because I do really think that there's three of them. I just don't think there's two. I think that there is that third character.
Hi Ren, I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So clever at the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs, that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that make to be strong.
Like, look, okay, so he's in this angelic light profile now. He's almost looking like he's coming from the fucking heavens, you know? And I can absolutely see the side that there is just the two of them, and this is just the reurgence of the light, right? Because the song is a battle between light and dark, but what's between light and dark? The middle. The middle ground, the gray area, so to speak. And I think that that's where Neutral Ren sits, man. And I think that this song is really all about this balance of that's the real us in the middle. That's neutral. You know, we are in the middle of the dark and the light. And this is the opposite end of that spectrum on the light side. And I just love the tricks that they're doing with the lights right now, and the profiles, and the cameras moving wildly this time, you know, and he stood up. He stood up. He's no longer sitting there taking it. He's standing up for himself. He's standing up for who he believes he is. And it's very, very good, man. It's very, very well put together. Regardless of if you think there's two or three of them, I think that we can all agree it's a killer fucking song.
That I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that make to be
and his
strong.
Voice.
And when I am gone, I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate to different sides.
Oh. This is kind of all the sides coming together, isn't it? Because the lights are flickering, but he's still standing, and he's doing his falsetto. It's kind of like when all of the three different people, or the two different people, kind of come together to form that whole and to make that one individual person. You know what I mean? That's really beautiful. I really like that. And this is my favorite part.
When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare, but there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax. And I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
So good. I love that spoken word poem at the end, man. That's my favorite part of this entire thing. It's so powerful and such a good way to wrap up this song, right? He talks about how it's not David and Goliath. It's a pendulum, you know, and it's all relating back to that darkness versus that light. And I love how he says it. I don't think I caught it as much the first time I watched it, but I love how he says it separates angels from demons from gods, because humans were in the middle of all of that, right? Earth is in between heaven and hell, so to speak, if you believe in that stuff. And even metaphorically, it's between heaven and hell. Humans are right in the middle. That goes back into that neutral Ren in the middle there, fighting between the demon and the angel, you know? And it almost like with the light and the way that they're playing it, when that third Ren comes in, it's angelic. It's almost like he's coming down from the heavens, whereas, you know, deep dark Ren, evil Ren, was more coming up from the bottom. And it was, you know, the lights were flickering and he was looking insane. But then as they all converge into this one person, when he's standing and doing his falsettos and the lights are flickering, and it's this really powerful moment in the song, you know, he stops, he puts the guitar down, and he lets the words speak. And he says that spoken word poem talking about how you know, you have to have the brighter the light, the darker the shadow it casts. And, you know, that entire concept is so profound and so real and so true, and something that I have played with constantly in my own music. And it's so refreshing to see an artist really, really diving deep into that concept, because that's something that I think that a lot of people forget. You know, we're going through life where forgetting that just because shit sucks right now, you need shit to suck sometimes. It's important. It builds a respect for when things don't fucking suck. You know what I mean? It makes you appreciate the positive when the positive is actually happening, and it allows for living in the moment to occur. And that's something that Ren is talking about throughout the entire video, and he sums it up perfectly with that spoken word poem at the end, man. And it's such a cool format that he does it in, too, because he doesn't do it in a rhyme style way. There's no ABAB rhyme scheme. There's no format to it. You know, he does, the way that I write my poetry is free verse. It's free verse poetry. It doesn't have a rhyme scheme. It's not built into specific stanzas or syllable counts, and it's just me and the paper talking. And I really like that he went with that style at the end there. He could have very well done something completely different and done an ABAB rhyme scheme. But I think what he's trying to say by doing a free verse poem is that life doesn't have a set structure, you know, and sometimes there's more dark than there is light, and sometimes there's more light than there is dark. And it's all about finding that balance. And that's what he did in that free verse poem, was found the balance. And it's just so imaginative and so powerful that he's able to convey these messages, man. I've said it before, I'll say it again. He does not just paint a canvas, he paints the entire room. He paints the whole fucking house. He paints the entire planet. You know what I mean? It's an interesting, he's a fucking interesting guy, man. And I would love to shake his hand one day and have a conversation with him. Seriously. I just think that he's great. I really do. And you guys know I've been on that Ren rabbit hole, going down that Ren rabbit hole for about a month now. Well, 2 weeks on this channel, but ever since I, listened to P, I've wanted to check out more of his stuff, and I'm so happy that I have. And I'm so happy that we did this second deep dive, man. I really am, because and I didn't even dive as deep as I could have with it. I could have been pausing on every line and dissecting every line, but I think that this work is more important to take it in as a whole. You know what I mean? So it's man, I'm rambling. I'm word vomiting. That's what Ren does to me. He makes me word vomit. Oh, man. I do love it, though. I do love it, man. He's just got it, man. He's just got it. I'm so happy to see him finally succeeding on a major level, He's definitely earned it. So, all right, guys. Well, that's the reaction. That's the analysis. I'm going to be putting one of my unreleased songs at the end of this video, and it is called Dark Side. It's an unreleased song, and it kind of delves into not really similar concepts, but it talks more about the dark side and things like that, and obviously if you've listened to any of my other music, you know that I'm not all about the depressing stuff. I don't just write depressing stuff, and this song isn't even really that depressing. It's just, you know what? I'll let you guys can figure it out. But yes, thank you guys so much. If you're still tuned in after 32 minutes, that is incredible. That is so dope. You are a champion. Feel free to stick around and hang out and vibe out to this song that I'm going to post at the end here. And then at the end, you're going to get that little end cap of my most recent single. It's called Good Morning. I think that's a good one to recommend after I show you guys Dark Side. So shout out to Ren. He really does know how to start a conversation, and he really does just do it in a magnificent fucking way, man. So that's the reaction, guys. Please, if you like the video, you know what I mean? And then if you vibe, subscribe. All right, guys. Well, peace, love, prosperity, all that Spock shit, my dudes. Stay fucking beautiful. Peace out.
Time down on the dark side, chillin', living life, I've had a hard time with it. Simple living kinda sounds nice, really, but spending time down on the dark side, chilling with demons. Look around and see them floating all around me, filling up the Coliseum. I'm ready for battle, about to leave a demon bleeding, facing towards my downfall. I'm all good on swinging, see it ain't what I chose though. Ain't no sun in the storm, I got no hope. Take a photo, I might even smile, but I'm so low that I'd rather be solo. Look around me, all I see is empty echoes of the past. Try to grasp it, can't get close. Try to fly, but my wings looking there close. Now I'm falling, not an angel, but a demon from the get-go. Let go, he isn't listening. Got his problems, gonna deal with them with sips again. Empty bottles in the bin again. Open one to finish it, buy another one, put it to lips. Spending time down on the dark side, chilling, living life, I've had a hard time with it. Simple living kinda sounds nice, really, but spending time down on the dark side, chilling with villains. Ever played the bad guy? Hands up to the ceiling. Ever had a bad time with the ones you're missing? Have them say your problems don't exist, you must be kidding. I get it, I feel it, I know it, I've been there, done it. Now I'm chilling here committing sins for fun. It's better than committing such a sin than running. At least I got the nuts to keep it real, no frontin'. Cause I've been a problem from the time that I was a toddler. Always had to mess when the kids would play cops and robbers. Show me your face, they say, never gonna peel back. The mask, it stays, I know some of you feel that. Yeah, I know you feel that. It's a war in my head, don't you see that? Feel bad, no you don't, take that shit back. Don't pretend that you can't, fuck your feedback. Spending time down on the dark side, chillin', living life, I've had a hard time with it. Simple living kinda sounds nice, really, but spending time down on the dark side, chillin' with demons. Demons, demons, look around and see them floating all around me, filling up the Coliseum. I'm ready for battle, about to leave a demon bleeding, facing towards my downfall, I'ma go down swinging. Villains, villains, ever played the bad guy, hands up to the ceiling? Ever had a bad time with the ones who miss it? Have them say your problems don't exist, you must be kidding. I get it, look, hear me repeat, I said it twice so you hear what I speak. Left here to ponder what's up on the peak, still on the bottom of blistering feet, stuck in the sand, drowning, I cannot breathe. Castles of glass all but shattered to me. I'd ask for mercy, but what's it to me? I wander a desert that once was a sea. Yeah. Spending time down on the dark side, chilling, living life, I've had a hard time with it. Simple living kinda sounds nice, really, but spending time down on the dark side, dark side. Spending time down on the